Their focus has shifted to buying land in Thailand for a farm and selling their condos to make this dream a reality. However, their daughter's future in the US remains unaffected by their new passion project. David is securing his daughter's official documents, such as her social security number, to ensure her future in the United States. These documents may be necessary for Americans to access legal, financial, and healthcare services. Despite previous accusations of being an irresponsible father, David's recent actions indicate that he takes his role as a father very seriously. He is committed to providing his daughter with a bright future, ensuring that her rights and benefits are properly established and protected. David is taking responsibility as a father, even if it means being away from his family for some time. Our take on David securing his daughter's future in the US. David and Annie want to maintain a connection to the US. Even though David and Annie have been living in Thailand for more than 6 months, they aren't ready to completely sever ties with America. They want to maintain a connection with the US while living abroad and ensure that their daughter is also connected. They may want to keep access to American services and haven't yet decided if Thailand will become their permanent new home. The fact that David flew to Manila to secure Minthira's social security number suggests that the 90-day fiancé couple does consider America their second home. 90-day fiancés David Toborowski says goodbye to baby after leaving Thailand for new adventure. David Toborowski from 90-Day Fiancé shared an emotional moment between him and his baby after leaving Annie Suwon and Minthira in Thailand for a new adventure. David and Annie met in Thailand and documented their relationship during 90-Day Fiancé Season 5. At the time, David wasn't financially well off. He had to rely on a friend to give Annie a home. However, things have gotten much better for them since then. Annie and David recently moved to Thailand to have a baby, and David hasn't revealed if he's ever coming back to America. David recently revealed he was no longer in Thailand and was jet-setting off to a new country. He's now shared a sweet moment involving his baby before he left. David posted a picture of himself saying bye to his baby on Instagram. Annie's aunt, Aunt Lom, held Minthira in her arms as she posed for the picture with David. The new father wanted his fans to see the look he got from Minthira when he gave her a goodbye hug before leaving for the airport. It made him wonder if Minthira was upset because she was not going with her dad when he had to leave for the airport. Why do I have the feeling she will love to travel one day? Just my thoughts, David added. What David leaving Thailand again means for his future with Annie. David's Manila trip hints at a big move back to the US. A different post by David revealed that he flew to the Philippines with some important tasks to complete. He had photographed himself sitting inside an aircraft. He was on his way to Manila to get a social security number for Minthira. David was going to visit the American embassy there, and he revealed it was the only office in the Asia-Pacific region where he could get a social security number for this child. David also revealed that he had been to the Philippines 19 years ago when he used to help recruit nurses for the US. David's Manila visit is a short one, and he will be coming back to Thailand. However, his visit likely means that David is in the process of relocating to America again with Annie and the baby. Minthira already has her dual US and Thai citizenship. Meanwhile, Annie's mother is getting her green card. David has been keeping fans in suspense about his return to Arizona, but he can't help but give them clues through his social media updates. He could be saving the good news for a new spin-off. Our take on David possibly preparing to return to America soon. David and Annie have planned their next chapter. David remains quiet about his future plans. Since their daughter Minthira was born in March 2025, the 90-Day Fiancé couple may be waiting until it's safe for her to travel to the US. David continues to run his business in America, while Annie had a successful fashion brand selling authentic Thai clothing to American women. That venture has been on hold since her pregnancy. From humble beginnings, the couple has built a stable life with quiet dedication. Whatever their next move is, it will likely reflect the same thoughtful approach. 90-Day Fiancé's David Toborowski announces huge milestone after leaving Thailand for new adventure. David Toborowski's latest life update has 90-day Fiancé fans cheering for him, despite him leaving Thailand without Annie Suwon and Minthira on a new adventure. David and Annie started a new life in Arizona after facing challenges stemming from David's poor financial decisions. Once they were settled down, the couple decided to have a baby. However, after successfully completing their IVF procedure, David and Annie moved to Thailand, where Minthira was born. Fans are now curious about whether David and Annie will return to America. David recently flew to Manila to get Minthira's social security number. Amid this exciting news, David had more to share with his fans. "Our little girl just got her Thai passport in," David wrote on Instagram. He shared a picture of the passport showing her official name, Miss Minthira Rad Toborowski, her place of birth, Chonburi, and her date of birth, March 11, 2025. David revealed that Minthira now had her US passport as well as her Thai passport, and she can now travel to more countries visa-free. David added that he and Annie were doing everything they needed to do. The international nature of their relationship, as depicted on 90-Day Fiancé, adds additional stress factors, including cultural differences, family expectations, and geographic challenges. These elements compound normal relationship difficulties. Both spouses exhibit their continuous love and dedication to resolving marital concerns in spite of their admitted troubles on 90-Day Fiancé. Although results are still unknown, their perseverance shows a sincere interest in the relationship's success. The path that they seem to be treading on with great promise illustrates how reality television relationships face somewhat unique pressures that can either strengthen or destabilize romantic connections entirely, depending on how partners navigate public scrutiny and production demands. You can watch 90-Day Fiancé new episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC, with full seasons available to stream on Hulu, Max, and Discovery. We are one big happy family. 90-Day Fiancé, Greg Chilek and Joan's potential baby status revealed. Greg Chilek and Joan Khrushchev are opening up about their baby dreams after tying the knot on 90-Day Fiancé. Greg, a 35-year-old man from New York, fell in love with Joan, a 27-year-old woman from Uganda. They became engaged, and he brought her to the United States on a K-1 visa. However, Greg lacked the necessary resources for a successful marriage. He lived with his mother, Lucille, something that Joan didn't appreciate. Greg also lacked a stable job and the financial means to provide Joan with a comfortable life, which proved to be a challenge in their relationship. Greg encountered many challenges before his wedding to Joan. However, his inability to settle the dowry was likely his biggest challenge. Greg didn't have sufficient savings to pay the dowry of 15 cows to Joan's family while also funding his own wedding. He was unsure how to resolve the situation, especially after Joan emphasized the importance of paying the dowry as part of her cultural tradition. Ultimately, Greg's parents stepped in to sponsor the wedding. Their generosity allowed Greg to use his savings to pay off the dowry and then marry his fiancée. Joan doesn't want to delay having a baby. Joan and Greg feel ready to have a child. Recently, Greg and Joan appeared in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 Tell All, where they revealed that they were still living in Lucille's house. The couple mentioned that they were in the process of saving money to move into their own place eventually. However, they weren't actively trying to avoid having a child while living with Greg's mother. During their conversation with the show's host, Sean Robinson, Joan revealed that they were already married and didn't feel the need to use protection during intimate moments. She also expressed her strong determination to continue trying to conceive a child. Greg and Joan view Season 11 couples as their own family. Greg and Joan embrace their chosen family. Greg and Joan want to start a family in the United States. In fact, they have already formed strong connections with some of their co-stars and consider them family members. In June 2025, Greg and Joan made a joint Instagram post where they expressed their feelings for other cast members. Greg wrote, "God bless the Season 11 family," and added that he, Joan, and the rest of their co-stars are part of one big happy family. Greg said, "It was an honor to share their lives and struggles with other wonderful couples." Joan has responded to pregnancy rumors. Joan isn't pregnant. Although Greg and Joan have formed close connections with their co-stars and made them a part of their lives, they have not yet taken the step of expanding their own family. In April 2025, Joan shared a message via her Instagram stories debunking pregnancy rumors and revealing the real reason she might appear slightly heavier in her latest photos. She said, "How do I explain to my homies that I'm not pregnant? It's just American food," adding that her new diet in the United States had caused her to gain some pounds. Greg and Joan's family pictures don't include a baby. Greg and Joan are currently enjoying a child-free lifestyle. Greg and Joan often share their daily escapades on social media, showcasing their carefree travels without children. Recently, Greg and Joan reunited with their American family, spending time with their co-stars, Mark Bassett and Mina Mack, as well as their daughter, Maria. Joan posted a heartfelt message about their time together, writing, "Some friendships don't start with years of history, just a few real conversations." It appears that Greg and Joan have bonded with some of their co-stars due to their shared goals and similar personalities. The 90-Day Fiancé couple seems to be enjoying their child-free lifestyle for now. 90-Day Fiancé's David Toborowski suddenly leaves Annie and baby in Thailand for surprising adventure. David Toborowski from 90-Day Fiancé has left Thailand, leaving Annie Suwon and their baby behind as he embarks on an unexpected journey to another country. David and Annie first met in Thailand and got engaged just days after they began dating. They officially tied the knot in 90-Day Fiancé Season 5 and started their marriage, facing financial hardships and an uncomfortable living situation. However, over the past 5 years, David and Annie have made significant strides in their careers. They now have a home in Arizona and recently welcomed their daughter, Minthira, through an IVF procedure. David and Annie have been living in Thailand since December 2024 and appear very interested in raising their daughter there as they pursue their dream of having a farm life. Despite being in his late 50s, David has been enjoying fatherhood to his 3-month-old daughter. However, he has recently had to leave his family in Thailand to attend to matters concerning his daughter. David posted a picture from inside the airplane as he began his journey to the Philippines. He wrote, "Heading to Manila to get Minthira's social security number at the U.S. Embassy." David also mentioned plans to meet his old friend, Gary from the U.S. Annie and baby Minthira were noticeably absent from the picture, suggesting David had to make this trip on his own. What David's trip to the Philippines means. David wants Minthira to have all of her official U.S. documents. In July 2024, David and Annie shared the news of their upcoming arrival, Minthira. Moving from Arizona, USA, to Pattaya, Thailand, seemed like the ideal decision for their daughter's dual citizenship. However, by April 2025, Minthira had already obtained her American citizenship. Despite this, the couple has chosen to stay in Thailand, suggesting that their return to America may not be on the horizon. 90-Day Fiancé's Sarper and Shekina finally reveal if they're getting divorced amid tell-all drama. 90-Day Fiancé couple Shekina Garner and Sarper Güven responded to divorce rumors after revealing marriage problems at the tell-all. Sarper and Shekina's journey began during The Other Way Season 5 with the Turkish man revealing his bad boy past. Sarper shed his old ways for Shekina as he moved to the US in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11. The couple ended up getting married on a bed. Shekina and Sarper admitted their marriage was already on the rocks within a year of getting married at the reunion, but does it mean they're getting divorced? At 90-Day Fiancé _Alexa shared a clip from Shekina and Sarper being interviewed for the Sarah Fraser Show where they were asked to address their divorce rumors. "We're happy. We try to be happy," Sarper replied. He added that while getting married is a difficult thing, they're still trying their best. Sarper mentioned how they have problems and a lot of ups and downs, but they still love each other. Shekina spoke about how neither of them actually wanted to get married. Sarper had been married before, and they thought they could live forever happy together without having that commitment. However, they had to marry because of the K-1 visa. Shekina admitted that it was something that scared both of them, and they had a betting since it was the least scary place for them, what Shekina saying they never wanted to get married means. What's causing problems between Sarper and Shekina? Shekina and Sarper previously spoke about how they never wanted to get married during their debut season. They didn't think they needed some kind of documentation to prove their love and commitment to each other. Still, Shekina kept flying back and forth from Los Angeles to Istanbul to be with Sarper, and it was getting hectic. It was an expensive affair for Sarper as he struggled to book female clients. Shekina didn't trust him around other women, but she also wanted him to pay for her flights and expenses in Turkey. Eventually, they thought it was best for Sarper to relocate to America. He developed cold feet one too many times and almost gave up. Sarper didn't like being dependent on Shekina. He craved independence, but it looks like he's finally standing on his feet as he stars in stand-up shows and conducts fitness workshops. Shekina and Sarper have always had arguments on 90 Day Fiancé and almost broke up. Sarper has yet to discuss what the problems in their marriage are. Our take on Sarper and Shekina possibly still having marriage problems. What's next for Sarper and Shekina on 90 Day Fiancé? It appears that Sarper and Shekina will appear in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 3 next. They are dealing with issues that are worse than the ones that 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, couples have. There might be something that still holds them together as they navigate life together after 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. Hopefully, therapy helps them figure that out. Hope She Loves Me. 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper Güven opens up about marital issues with Shekina Garner. Sarper Güven's recent confession about his marriage has left 90 Day Fiancé fans questioning the stability of his relationship with Shekina Garner. During a candid appearance on the Sarah Fraser Show, the Turkish reality star revealed concerning doubts about their union. He shared, during the June 25th episode, "We are still trying our best. We have problems, a lot of ups and downs. But we love each other. I hope she loves me." This couple's journey began during Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, the other way when Shekina almost fully, more or less, abandoned her life in Los Angeles to be with Sarper in Turkey. Their brief romance quickly ran into problems as they navigated interpersonal norms and cultural divides. Despite obstacles like cultural barriers, family opposition, and visa restrictions, 90 Day Fiancé follows international couples as they go about deciding to get married. Since their television debut, Sarper and Shekina's relationship has been characterized by dramatic events and dubious choices. Their unconventional wedding ceremony, which took place on a bed, shocked the audience. Their open acknowledgement of ongoing marital problems now suggests that their happily ever after tale may be more complex than initially presented. 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper and Shekina open up about their relationship anxieties. The Sarah Fraser Show interview provided unexpected insight into the couple's current dynamic. Sarper's admission about uncertainty regarding Shekina's feelings exposed vulnerabilities rarely seen on the main show. His phrasing suggested deep-seated insecurities about their emotional connection. Shekina contributed her own perspective during the segment, offering context about their decision-making process. Her comments revealed how external pressures influenced their relationship timeline and major milestones. Both participants seemed more relaxed and honest during the podcast format compared to their heavily produced television appearances. The informal setting allowed for more genuine conversation about their real experiences. The timing of these revelations coincides with increased scrutiny from fans who have followed their journey across multiple seasons. Social media discussions often question the authenticity of their connection and long-term compatibility. Shekina's explanation of their bedroom wedding ceremony provided fascinating insight into their shared fears about commitment. Her candid admission showed how both partners approached marriage with significant apprehension rather than excitement. "It was something that scared both of us and we're most comfortable in bed. It's the least scary place for us. We thought, why don't we make this less scary and do it in bed," Shekina explained. The visa requirement forced their hand regarding marriage timing, removing the organic progression they might have preferred. Legal necessities rather than romantic readiness drove their decision to wed. Sarper's previous marriage experience clearly influenced his hesitation about remarrying, as we saw on 90 Day Fiancé. This background adds complexity to his current relationship dynamics and explains some reluctance around commitment. Their choice of location for the ceremony reflected their need for comfort during a stressful moment. The unconventional setting now makes more sense given their admitted fears about the process. Does their current status raise questions about future stability? This couple's sincerity and what appears to be genuine honesty about ongoing problems contrast sharply with the more common reality show narratives that encourage powering through and quick resolution and happiness. They're being game to discuss difficult